Have you ever picked up a handful of mixed nuts thinking, well, at least these are healthy? If so, you're not alone. For decades, we've been told that nuts are one of the best snacks full of good fats, fiber, and essential nutrients. But here's the surprising truth. Not all nuts are created equal. And if you're over 60, some of them can actually harm your heart joints and even memory quietly over time without you realizing it. In today's video, we'll uncover 4 types of nuts you should absolutely avoid after 60, and then show you 4 others that can protect your strength balance and brain health as you age. One small change in your snack drawer could be the start of a much stronger future. Stay with us. The last one may completely change how you see healthy eating. Let's begin with the ones that might be quietly working against your health. These nuts may look harmless, even luxurious, but beneath their smooth shells and rich flavors, they can carry hidden dangers. Some irritate your joints, others throw off your blood sugar, and a few can even interfere with your medications. Especially after 60, when the body becomes more sensitive and detoxes more slowly, the wrong choice in your daily snacks can lead to problems no one warned you about. So, let's take a closer look at the 4 nuts that may be doing more harm than good. Sometimes the most dangerous habits are the ones that feel the most comforting. Take cashews, for example. With their soft texture and rich buttery taste, they've earned a place in many homes, especially around the holidays, or tucked into gift baskets as a symbol of luxury and health. But as we age, certain healthy-looking foods may come with hidden risks that the body can no longer process as easily as before. Cashews, the luxury nut that may be harming your bones and blood sugar. While cashews are often seen as a wholesome snack, they contain a surprisingly high amount of natural oxalates compounds that can bind with calcium and pull it out of your body. Over time, this can lead to lower bone density, making your bones more brittle and increasing the risk of fractures, especially in areas like your wrists, hips, and knees. And for seniors, even a small fall can have life-altering consequences. But that's not the only concern. Cashews also rank higher on the glycemic index compared to most other nuts. This means they can spike your blood sugar quickly after eating, which is especially dangerous for those managing diabetes or pre-diabetes conditions that become more common after 60. Rapid blood sugar spikes can damage small blood vessels in the legs and feet, slow healing, and even lead to complications like ulcers or nerve damage. What's more, cashews can also contribute to kidney stone formation. The oxalates that affect your bones can also accumulate in your kidneys, especially if you're not drinking enough water, a common challenge for many seniors. And if you've ever experienced the pain of kidney stones, you know it's not something you want to go through again. Even the texture of cashews can pose a problem. Their soft, slightly sticky consistency makes them harder to chew for those with dentures or dry mouth. A poorly chewed piece could easily become a choking hazard, a small risk with potentially serious consequences. So, while cashews may look harmless, even elegant, they might not be worth the risk. If cashews are a regular part of your snack routine, it might be time to pause and ask if they're doing more harm than good. And while cashews are often seen as an indulgent treat, there's another type of nut, or rather seed, that quietly sneaks into many gourmet meals, yet may bring more harm than nourishment, especially for older adults. Pine nuts, the elegant seed that can disrupt your medication and memory. They're small, creamy in texture, often sprinkled over salads, blended into pesto, or added as a decorative topping in upscale dishes. But beneath their sophisticated appearance, pine nuts carry risks that aren't so refined. One of the biggest concerns with pine nuts is how they interact with medications. According to the American Institute of Clinical Medicine, certain compounds in pine nuts can interfere with the liver enzymes that break down common prescriptions like blood pressure medications, antidepressants, or cholesterol-lowering statins. This interference can lead to higher concentrations of drugs in your bloodstream, causing side effects like sudden drops in blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, dizziness, or even stroke. For many seniors who often take multiple prescriptions daily, this kind of interaction can easily go unnoticed until something goes wrong. But the surprises don't stop there. Have you ever heard of pine mouth? It's a condition caused by oxidized pine nuts that leaves a lingering metallic taste in your mouth, or one that can last for days. While it might sound like a minor inconvenience for seniors, this persistent taste can reduce appetite, cause you to skip meals, and over time lead to weight loss, muscle wasting, and even depression. That's not all. Pine nuts contain delicate fats that oxidize quickly when exposed to air, light, or heat. Once oxidized, they generate free radicals, unstable molecules that contribute to nerve cell damage, cognitive decline, and slower reflexes. A study from Tufts University even linked long-term oxidative stress with a higher risk of balance issues and falls in older adults. There's also a physical safety concern. Due to their small, slippery shape, pine nuts are among the foods most likely to cause choking, especially for those with dry, mouth-weak jaw muscles or difficulty swallowing, all common in the aging population. So, while pine nuts might make a dish look fancy or taste more gourmet, they may be quietly working against your health in more ways than one. For seniors over 60, it might be wise to skip the pine nuts and choose a safer source of flavor and nutrition instead. After learning how something as small as a pine nut can trigger a chain reaction in your body, you might be wondering, what about the so-called superfoods? Aren't those always safe? Well, not always. Brazil nuts, the superfood that may backfire if you eat too many. At first glance, Brazil nuts seem like a nutritionist's dream. They're rich in selenium, a powerful mineral that supports thyroid function, immunity, and even antioxidant activity. In fact, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can provide your entire daily requirement of selenium. But here's the catch. Too much of a good thing can become a bad thing, especially after 60. Excess selenium can quickly lead to a condition called selenosis, which causes nausea, hair loss, brittle nails, fatigue, and neurological problems. And because selenium builds up in the body over time, eating Brazil nuts too frequently, or even just a small handful a day, can push your levels into the toxic range without you realizing it. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine even linked high selenium intake with an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes in older adults. This is particularly concerning for seniors already dealing with blood sugar issues or prediabetes. But there's more to consider. Brazil nuts are dense and oily, making them harder to digest, especially for those with sluggish digestion, gallbladder issues, or acid reflux, all common in later life. Their thick, chewy texture can also pose a choking risk for people with weak jaw muscles or dentures. And let's not forget sodium. While natural Brazil nuts aren't salted, many packaged versions are heavily seasoned. Just a small serving of the salted kind can raise your blood pressure and stress your kidneys. 2 things you definitely want to avoid as you age. So, while Brazil nuts might look like a nutrient-packed powerhouse, they require caution, not excess. They're not something to graze on mindlessly during a movie or toss into your trail mix every day. If you choose to eat them at all, limit yourself to just 1 or 2, and think of them more as a supplement than a snack. So far, we've looked at gourmet seeds and so-called superfoods that may be doing silent harm, but sometimes the biggest risks come from the foods we see every day, the ones sitting in our kitchen cabinets right now. Peanuts, the common snack that may be slowly damaging your liver and joints. Peanuts are everywhere in trail mix protein bars, peanut butter sandwiches, and even in many hospital snack trays. They're cheap, convenient, and often marketed as heart healthy. But for adults over 60, they may come with more risks than benefits. For starters, peanuts aren't actually nuts. They belong to the legume family and grow underground, which makes them especially vulnerable to mold contamination, particularly aflatoxins. These are toxic compounds classified by the World Health Organization as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning they are known to cause cancer in humans. Aflatoxins accumulate in the liver, weakening its function and potentially increasing the risk of liver disease or even cancer over time. What makes this worse for older adults is that the body's ability to detoxify naturally declines with age. This means the harmful compounds in peanuts may build up silently. Another concern. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we do need omega-6 in small amounts, most seniors already consume too much, upsetting the balance with omega-3s and promoting chronic inflammation. This can accelerate joint degeneration, muscle pain, and artery hardening. And if you're on blood-thinning medications, here's another red flag. Peanuts are rich in vitamin K, which can interfere with these drugs. This interaction may reduce their effectiveness, raising the risk of dangerous clots or uncontrolled bleeding. Even peanut butter isn't always a safer choice. Many commercial brands are packed with added sugars, salt, and hydrogenated oils, which contribute to high blood pressure, memory loss, and weight gain. If you've been snacking on peanuts daily without thinking twice, now might be the time to reconsider. What feels harmless could be slowly wearing down your health from the inside out. We've just uncovered 4 types of nuts that might seem harmless, even healthy, but could actually be working against your body, especially after 60. The good news? Not all nuts are enemies. In fact, some are powerful allies, quietly protecting your bones, muscles, heart, and brain with every handful. When chosen wisely, the right nuts can fight inflammation, improve circulation, and help preserve your independence as you age. So, now let's turn to the better side of the story. The 4 nuts that can help you stay strong, sharp, and energized through your golden years. Let's begin with a nut that doesn't just nourish the body, it also brings a little joy to your day. Pistachios. The joyful nut that supports your hard eyes and coordination. There's something naturally cheerful about pistachios. Their soft green hue-light crunch, and the gentle ritual of cracking open each shell, it all adds up to a snack that feels happy. But beyond their appearance, pistachios are a nutritional powerhouse, especially for older adults looking to protect their heart, sharpen their vision, and keep their hands steady. One of their biggest benefits lies in potassium, a mineral many seniors don't get enough of. Just 1 ounce of pistachios delivers over 290 micrograms of potassium, which helps balance sodium levels, reduce blood pressure, and improve circulation. Better blood flow means better oxygen delivery to muscles, joints, and the brain. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that accumulate in the retina and protect your eyes from age-related degeneration. These compounds are especially important for maintaining clarity in vision, depth perception, and the ability to read or recognize faces, all of which decline as we age. And here's something surprising. The very act of shelling pistachios supports hand-eye coordination. Reaching, cracking, and eating each one exercises the fine motor skills. We often overlook skills essential for daily tasks, like writing, buttoning shirts, or cooking. Beyond the physical benefits, pistachios offer a moment of calm and satisfaction, a small, mindful pause in a busy or tiring day. To get the most out of them, choose unsalted, dry roasted varieties, and enjoy a handful about 30 grams per day. You can eat them on their own, sprinkle them on salads, or mix them into oatmeal or yogurt. A simple snack, a daily smile, and a long-term gift to your hard eyes and hands. If pistachios lift your mood and support coordination, then hazelnuts are like a quiet companion for your mind, gently boosting memory circulation and emotional clarity. Hazelnuts, the gentle nut that boosts memory and circulation. Often overlooked in favor of flashier options, hazelnuts carry a subtle strength, rich in vitamin E, folate, and healthy fats that nourish both brain and body. Let's start with vitamin E. This powerful antioxidant protects nerve cells from oxidative stress, a major factor in age-related memory decline. Studies show that older adults with higher vitamin E intake tend to perform better on memory and verbal fluency tests. In hazelnuts, vitamin E comes in a natural form that's easily absorbed, giving your brain the steady protection it needs as you age. Hazelnuts are also high in folate vitamin B9, which supports cognitive function and helps prevent the buildup of homocysteine, a compound linked to memory problems and poor circulation. Combined with monounsaturated fats, hazelnuts help keep blood vessels flexible, improving oxygen flow to the brain, heart, and muscles. But what really sets hazelnuts apart is their gentle texture and flavor, making them an ideal choice for seniors with sensitive digestion or dental concerns. They're softer than almonds, easier to chew than walnuts, and less oily than macadamias. You can enjoy them raw, lightly roasted, or ground into a spread. Add a small handful to your oatmeal yogurt or blend them into smoothies. And for a brain-friendly treat, try mixing crushed hazelnuts with dark chocolate, a simple snack that's as comforting as it is nourishing. In a world full of bold flavors and loud superfoods, hazelnuts are a quiet, steady helper, one that supports your brain, boosts your blood flow, and reminds you that strength doesn't always shout. After hazelnuts, let's turn to one of the most trusted names in the nut world, and for good reason. Almonds, the bone-loving nut that strengthens from the inside out. Simple, familiar, and easy to find, almonds have long been a favorite among health-conscious seniors, and it's not just a trend. Almonds offer a unique blend of calcium, magnesium, and plant-based protein, making them one of the best nuts for supporting both bone health and muscle strength. Just a handful, about 1 ounce, provides more than 75 milliliters of calcium, helpful for maintaining bone density, especially in postmenopausal women. Even more important is their high magnesium content, which helps direct calcium into the bones, rather than letting it accumulate in the arteries where it can cause problems. In addition to minerals, almonds are a great source of vitamin E, an antioxidant that supports nerve function and protects muscle cells from age-related damage. They also provide soluble fiber, which improves digestion and supports better nutrient absorption, key for seniors who struggle with constipation or poor gut health. And don't underestimate their convenience. Almonds are easy to carry, require no preparation, and can replace less healthy snacks like cookies or chips. For those who have trouble chewing, almond butter is a soft and nutritious alternative. A handful a day doesn't just satisfy your hunger. It supports your bones, muscles, and nerves in ways you can feel over time. We'll finish this list with a nut that looks like a brain, and as it turns out, may be one of the best foods to protect it. Walnuts, the brain-shaped nut that truly supports your mind. Nature seems to leave clues, and walnuts are a perfect example. Their structure mirrors the human brain, and it's no coincidence. Walnuts are rich in plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which supports memory, focus, and cognitive flexibility in older adults. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who regularly consumed walnuts performed better on cognitive tests, including short-term memory and decision-making. These benefits are largely due to polyphenols and other antioxidants in walnuts, which help reduce inflammation in the brain and protect neurons from damage. Walnuts also contain arginine and amino acid that supports blood vessel function, improving circulation to the brain muscles and heart. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reach your cells, keeping you sharper and more energized throughout the day. Beyond the science, walnuts can also help improve sleep quality. They naturally contain melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep cycles, a critical factor in memory consolidation and muscle recovery. Enjoy 3 to 4 whole walnuts per day. Eat them as a morning snack, sprinkle over oatmeal, or mix into a salad with leafy greens and olive oil. For clarity of mind, sharper memory, and steady sleep, walnuts may be one of the simplest, most powerful tools in your pantry. So, what have we learned? That not all nuts are created equal, and that small everyday choices can have a big impact on how we feel, think, and move as we grow older. Some nuts like peanuts, cashews, pine nuts, or even Brazil nuts may seem harmless or even healthy on the surface. But inside they can stir up inflammation, interfere with medications, or overload the body with compounds it can no longer process as easily after 60. On the other hand, a handful of the right nuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, almonds, walnuts, can do much more than just satisfy hunger. They can help reduce your risk of falls, protect your memory, strengthen your bones, improve your circulation, and lift your mood with something as simple as a mid-afternoon snack. And perhaps most importantly, they're easy. No fancy tools, no big routines, just a quiet, mindful decision to care for your body with what you put in your hand each day. So, the next time you reach into the pantry, remember it's not just about what tastes good. It's about what helps you stay strong, steady, and independent, one small choice at a time.